Hi there, welcome to Machynlleth. Once again, I'm going to just do a short video on these trees that I've just worked out how to make. I'm going to call them HelloFresh trees. They're really quick to make. I'll show you why I call them HelloFresh trees, but you can knock one of these little pine trees up in about 5 minutes. This is why I'm calling it HelloFresh tree. For those that you don't know, HelloFresh are a company that will send you your week's food in a cardboard box directly delivered to your door. And things like meat and refrigerated items are wrapped in a plastic bag in this insulated material, and it comes in a great big sheet like this, which is going to make lots and lots of trees. I say it seems that they may have just stopped using this. So I've got this last piece, but as you can see, there's plenty here to be getting on with. It's a sort of fibrous material in a big sheet, but we can tease that apart to make nice bushes and trees, and I'll show you how we're going to do that now. So these are the materials you're going to need for the trunk. Just using some florist wire. We've got some florist tape, and we'll need the HelloFresh insulation, and there's some 2mm dark green static grass. So start off, cut a length of wire however high we want our tree. We get the florist wire, just leave the top bit bare and start wrapping the florist wire around the trunk, making it thicker as we get towards the base of the tree. And it just tears off like that. So that's our trunk. We'll get our HelloFresh insulation and cut off a little square, about 1.5 inches square. Just going to cut the corners off. Don't have to be too careful to make it round at the moment, because we're going to trim the tree once it's on. So there we are, we've got it. And as you see, as we pull that apart, it sort of laminates, which is just the effect that we want for conifers with their sort of layers of branches. So we're just going to tease that apart so it looks a bit more like that with layers, as you can see. Don't want the layers too thick. Now, in order you can try and push it through. It's a bit tricky to just try and push the trunk through. So I'm just going to use a pair of tweezers, aim for the middle, push the tweezers through, open out the tweezers, and then we can push our trunk, pointy end first, down the tweezers. Bit of a fiddle. Down the tweezers, and there we go, that threads on nicely. So we tease that out onto the trunk. And then we'll start trimming to the shape of our tree. Again, sort of more random and choppy, probably the better. But making our typical Christmas tree conifer sort of shape. A little bit square at the top. Cut that to make it a bit more pointy. Tease the laminations apart again. And there, that's the basis for our tree. Move some of the rubbish out of the way. Next, just to make sure it stays in place, I'm just going to put a blob of super glue down the bottom, slide that on there. Similarly, a little blob of super glue at the top, and slide that up over the top. I don't want the wire sticking out of the top of the tree. Glued myself to the tree. Okay. Super glue everywhere. So, next step. I've got a clip somewhere. As you can see, I've used this clip a fair bit for this. So just hold this in my clip. Got some brown spray paint. And we're just going to give it a good coat of spray. And pretty much straight away, you want to get our static grass on it, so should really have preloaded this. So this is just 2mm static grass, a little bit into the hopper. And while this is still wet, just apply do it over something that you can collect it all. There's a bit of waste. Okay, there we go, with a little bit of rubbish stuck onto it there, and there. And then finally, this is just cheap hairspray. Just hold everything in place. And there we go. We've got our tree, and that's taken less than 5 minutes to make and cost the price of some static grass.